Howdy everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Corey with True North Outdoor Adventures. A lot of you have been asking for a fish cleaning video, so I decided to do one today. I went to a lake that I've never been to before and I got into some really big bluegills and red ears, and I kept a few bass. The way I clean fish isn't any different than probably a million other people in North America, but this is how I do it, so I'll show you. Starts with a good sharp knife. I've got a $5 knife and I've got this expensive Cutco knife. I love them both, but I'm gonna use this Cutco knife, so I sharpened it up. And we got about a dozen fish here, I think. I'll show you how I clean one, and then we'll just fast forward through the process and I'll tell you how long it takes me to typically to clean 12 fish. I got some on-demand water, sharp knife. I just sharpened it up. So I always start with the mouth pointing away. I make a cut this way. Then I follow down along the spine. You just kind of have to do this for a while to get good at it. Then I go down to the anal fin. Now I'm just kind of feeling the rib cage with my fingers, and I'm pulling as I go. This one's got a big old thick rib cage. Okay, there's fillet number one with the skin on. Flip it over. Same thing. Down. Follow the backbone. Keep your blade tight. Nice flexible blade. There's the anal fin. Follow the rib cage. Normally I clean bluegill smaller than these. I'm used to not so much ribs. Tell you what, these fish, two of these I thought I had bass on. Okay, so there's your fillets. There's your clean gill. And now I'm just gonna keep my finger on the skin. Get a little flap going. And just angle down and put pressure on the skin, and you just kind of pull it off. There's fillet number one. There we go. Here's fillet number two. And once you get on a roll, you know, I don't know, it probably takes me on average about a minute, minute and a half per fish, something like that. And I'm gonna clean all these fish, and we'll see how long it takes. Here's a cool looking hybrid. Kind of like maybe a red ear gill hybrid. See what you all do to me? I'm so nervous, I just cut my finger. First time in a long time. I cut it pretty good. See, normally I wear this on my left hand, but I didn't want to look like a wimp. I didn't want to disguise my nice hands for you all. I should have just wore it, because this is my knife hand. This is where you can get cut, and I did. So most of my life I haven't used this, but it's kind of handy because you can get in a hurry, and if you'd accidentally miss, this will protect you. So I should have wore it. I'm gonna wear it now. Amazing. Size difference between a 8-inch bluegill and a 9-inch bluegill. Thicker, more meat. Stands to reason, right? All right, you might want to get a glove. It does help. This is the biggest bass I kept, 14¼ inches. I've got a couple smaller ones. They clean pretty much like a bluegill. They're a little bit different, but essentially it's the same thing. Just cutting here, following the backbone, down through the tail, following the rib cage, folding it over, keeping your knife at an angle and tight. Essentially the same thing. You get a lot more meat off of a bass than a bluegill, and our family enjoys them real good. So we'll finish these 3 up. Look at the difference. And mind you, this is a pretty good sized bluegill fillet. This is a 14-inch bass fillet. So like 3 times as much meat than a big bluegill. Okay, well, I did it and you saw it. Nothing too special. There's our fish guts. They'll go in the tomato garden. 3 bass and 9 bluegill. That'll be a really good feed for our family. And I hope you enjoyed this. Hopefully it helps. My fried fish game has gotten pretty good. So maybe one of these days we'll cook some of these up and I'll show you how I batter them. Thanks for coming along. I appreciate it. And remember, a bad day's fishing is not a bad day. See you again. Me and my neighbor are having a hosing war here. She promised not to laugh at me.